Hey guys, how's it going? It's Val with Bujo blog, and I just wanted to do a quick flip through of my bullet journal. I've actually just started in a new one, which is this one here, and it'll be my first time using a dot grid layout. I've always used the grid layout, so I started in a moleskin, and this is a Leuchtturm 1917. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm pretty sure it's German, and I am obviously not German, so if I've butchered that, I apologize. But this one is the grid layout, which I liked for a number of reasons. I liked it primarily just for doing layouts and stuff like that, because it's a lot easier to kind of measure them out. But since I've just finished in this one, I figured I'd do a quick flip through before I jump into my new bullet journal. So this is what I'm using. I've got a picture of my husband and I here from our engagement shoot. We did just recently get married, so I had that in here for the longest time. My index, which I kind of use and I kind of don't use. Definitely not as much as I thought I was going to. And then I have my year at a glance, which I loved. Any vacation time I highlighted in pink. Any stat holidays I highlighted in yellow. And in the new one I'll also be highlighting any business trips or conferences that we take. Then I have my book list, and this is actually all the books that I had read between March and August. And I will have another book list in the next bullet journal. Obviously I won't carry any of this forward because that would just be ridiculous if I wrote down every book I've ever read. It would fill it really fast because I do read a lot of books. Then I just have some tracking pages there, and then we get into the Calendex, which I really liked because I could list multiple things for a certain day. So like here was when my husband was going to be away for work, but I could also still fill in, you know, what day was a stat holiday, vacation days, that kind of thing. If I had pages I needed to reference to for a specific day, I could mark that in there. So Calendex is great. I didn't utilize this as much as I'd wanted to. That's definitely something that I'll use more in the next bullet journal, but I still think it's a great tool. I love it. Then I have my level 10 life goals, just kind of where my assessment was at the time that I did this up, and then starting on my debt and savings trackers. And then this was my monthly layout, and this is pretty much stolen directly from Bujo. I love her stuff. And I just liked, again, that I could list like the all-day stuff for any milestones that I reached, personal appointments, any business appointments that I would have had, my notes and goals at the side. It's definitely one of my favorite layouts for a month. And then I have my health and fitness tracker, and I'm definitely somebody who loves to color code. So here I was just marking down in green anytime I met a goal or did something that brought me closer to my goal of just living a healthier life. I kind of strayed off of highlighting on my steps towards the end of the month. I unfortunately have a very sedentary lifestyle because I work a desk job, so any day I get more than 5,000 steps is a win for me, which is terrible because you're supposed to be getting 10,000 steps a day. And then I have my monthly tracker, which I think this is pretty standard for everybody. And this changes for me month to month, just depending on what I want to track, what I want to put more attention on, what kind of is in line with my goals for that month. So it's one of the things I love most about the bullet journaling system is that it's totally 100% flexible. You can put whatever you want in it. And then we get into my dailies, which I love the color. I was tracking my water intake, my to-dos for work, my time tracker. This was definitely the bread and butter of my bullet journal, and I was tracking if I worked out. I was biking to and from work during the day, so I tracked that down as exercise. Orange to me is health and fitness, so it was just easy for my eye to go right to it and say, oh, I worked out that day, you know, like what did I do, and it just helps to keep track of those things. So these are all just a bunch of dailies in here, more dailies. And then another monthly, and I stuck with this monthly one for quite a while. And then we have more dailies again. And then I tried my first week at a glance, and I wasn't terribly crazy about it. There was a lot of things I liked about it, but I also didn't use it all that much. For me, maybe it was just that there wasn't a lot of color either. At the time, I kind of went away from using color. I was trying to be more practical. Here I went back to the very original standard bullet journal kind of layout for a month at a glance, and I don't really like it, to be honest. I need something that's visually appealing, and this to me was just not, it just wasn't visually appealing to me, so I didn't really use it. My savings and debt repayment tracker again. I just love tracking things. I like being able to see visual progress. I was trying a bunch of new things at the time, moving my trackers into my weekly spreads, more dailies, another weekly tracker. Again, this is really hit or miss for me. Random journaling pages. Things were getting kind of hectic as we were getting close to the wedding. And then I did a standard, just like a normal monthly layout. I love the look of this visually, but it's not functional at all. So I only did it for this 1 month and then immediately went back to what I was originally using. Again, we have my health and fitness tracker, my monthly tracker. Our wedding was on July 16th, so the second half of the month kind of just went to shit. But as you can see on our honeymoon, I did tons of walking. I got lots of exercise. We went on hikes. We spent 2 weeks in the mountains, going on road trips. Went down to Spokane, Washington. It was an awesome time, and I can't wait until I'm not stuck at a desk job for the rest of my life. It's not where I want to be. This was another weekly layout that I did, and I liked this one a lot better. I think it was because it had more color to it, and it was still functional for me. And then in July is when I started doing a time tracker, and I loved this because it showed me throughout a month where I was spending my time. So for me, yellow was my 9 to 5 job. Anything in orange was exercise and working out and stuff like that, which I wound up not really putting in here at all. Purple was travel time. Blue was any business events or functions or meetings that we had. Green was anything that worked towards building our business. And so I love this because if I look throughout a month, I can see whether or not I'm spending enough time where it needs to be spent to bring me closer to my goals. Again, this month we got married July 16th, so for the rest of the month there was nothing because I wasn't about to track every little thing while I was on my honeymoon. Then we had our packing list for the wedding, more dailies, tons of notes from a conference that we went to. When we get back to monthly, and then you can see I went back to the regular monthly spread that I was using before because I love this monthly spread. It's my favorite. Health and fitness again. Here I kind of strayed away from using all of the colors. I was just highlighting in green so I could see, whether or not I was really hitting my goal as much as I wanted to or not. My habit tracker, I wound up not using color this month, and I so regret it when I look back at it because it's just not as fun for me. And then we have my time tracker again. Still just seeing it like this, I love it. I just love being able to see where I'm spending my time, whether or not it's, for me, I'm all about productivity and it's, I don't know, and color. I love color. For me, this is instrumental to me. I love it. I don't know how I ever lived without it before. Then I have an affirmation that I wrote down here. I tried a Dutch door in the bullet journal, and I love this in other people's bullet journals. Hated it in mine. I absolutely hated it. There was nothing that I liked about it. Then we have dailies again, where I was walking and biking again. I was highlighting that in orange because, again, orange is health and fitness to me. More dailies, my birthday, and that was kind of it. And so I have a lot of blank pages in here, but I was just so eager to start in the new bullet journal that I just started September in the new one. I do use the back pages though in every bullet journal, so I have like my pen tests, testing out different highlighters, whether or not they smear. We were doing a sketch for what we wanted our backdrop to look like at the wedding. Attempting the round, the circular calendar, which I love the look of. I just don't know if it's functional. I'm always about trying new things, but I'm always nervous to try it in my bullet journal for the first time if I'm really unsure about it. So I'll just kind of, do a spread in the back pages because I never use the back pages. There's a Pokemon Go tracker I started doing, and halfway through I was like, meh, this is too much work. I'm not really that into it. So again, more just, trying out different fonts, different writing, different colors, different layouts. And that's usually, like I said, that's usually what I'm doing at the back of my pages, is just kind of basically scribbling all over them and taking notes. So yeah, that is my bullet journal. And then for those who were asking, all of my tools I carry around in this little tin thing, and I'm not even sure where I got it, to be honest. And I use the Stettler fine liners. I think that's how you pronounce it. I color code a lot of stuff, so these are great for that. And I recently stumbled across these Prismacolor Premier brush pens, and I love these. They are, you know, a brush tip. I don't know how well you can see that, but I love these for doing headers and whatnot. I have that in an orange and then like a greeny teal kind of color. And then I have the Prismacolor fine tip pens. I have a purple and a black, and these are super fine, which are great when I have to write tiny. And then I have my Micron, my Pigma Micron pens, and that's about it. The Pitt Artist pens, the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens, I love those as well. And I usually have a little 6-inch clear ruler in here as well, but I cannot find it. I think somebody stole it, and I'm super upset about it because I love that thing. I chuck it everywhere with me. So yeah, and then this is the new one that I set up in, and I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. There's one of our wedding photos in there, my new last name, which is very exciting. And there's a lot in here that I loved how it turned out compared to the last one. And maybe I'll do a flip through or setup of that at the end of September. And yeah, so I hope you guys are all having an awesome Friday, and we will talk to you later. See ya!